Oh, hello, my snoopiest of dupas. How are you doing? It's your dad. Hi, everybody. Oh my God, I missed you. Let me adjust my volume. Why am I still talking in the voice I used to talk to my dog? I don't know. Maybe because we just went walkies. How are you doing today, everybody? Midwest Nice, love to see you. I've loved conversing with you in emails. You are the best. God, I feel like I'm gonna blow up. I drank like 9 pots of fucking coffee today. Oh my God, what did I make it? Like 38. Oh, and my mic broke. Great. Everything's going great, everyone. Everything's fine. Your dad had a very busy day today. Welcome to the Cult Coven. Welcome to the Cult Coven. Web Weaver, you are holding. Are you in a house with cool ass walls, Web Weaver? Is your house or room painted like a watermelon? It looks like it's pinkish orange and green. I like that. I like that color combo. I'm gonna try to be. Oh, hello, Adam. Adam. Everyone was screaming for you yesterday. Where were you, sir? Everybody. It was like Adam Cole, baby. If you know, you know. Randall. Hi, Randall. Thank you for your service, sir. I hope I saluted properly. Is it safe to come home? It's safe, everybody. Come into the house. It's fine. The mosquitoes can't get you. Hello, Nicolette. Heyo. Y'all, listen, today has been a crazy day. I cannot wait to tell you about it. It has been really like, I did not expect it is woo. I didn't. Anyway, we'll get there. Hi, Darlene. Hello. Like today, I had like literally 1,000 things to do already, and then 1,000 things happened on top of it, and it all came together into this massive what the fuck. Like it was so crazy. I had to call my mom. Like I was like, Mom, I'm overwhelmed, but not like freaking out. Just like I need someone to tell me how to make a list, even though I make them all the time. I'm glad you love the Colton Coven, Sherilyn. Welcome, welcome. We have a merch girl now. I mean, we haven't developed any merch. It's all up to her. If I assign you a position, I don't know, you figure it out. This is a very self-made cult. So you can just assign yourself a job. You don't even have to wait for me. You do it. Decide what you want to do and do it. And if you want to make fake merch of my likeness and put absurd or horrific things and attribute them to my name or likeness, go ahead. Get that bag. I'm not here to stop you, friend. By all means, I will never copyright you. KT, hello. Hello, everybody. Hey, guess what? Good news and TMI. My dog's ass doesn't itch anymore. We did it. His Diddy was right. He said, it's the wipes. And then we changed it, and now his butt is great. His butthole's not crusty. Everything's looking good. He's not rubbing it on anything. He's not upset. He's actually sleeping. He had the great day. We went on many walkies. He ate lots of cookies while mom screamed on the phone. I should say dad, but for him, my mom. Well, I screamed on the phone like Ari and Entourage. Like that's what I did today. In 102 degrees. I've been seeing shit on the news where it's like, oh my God, places in the US are going to get 90. And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for winter to come again. Fuck Texas. You're on the road with a friend until tomorrow, Adam. Well, you've upset the chat. Your sisters and brothers are upset, but it's fine. They have to let baby brother fly. Sherilyn telling Web Weaver, hello. Janksy, hello. Margaret, hey, what's up, Margie? Hello, Tinkerbell's mom. I'm just Dawn Marie. You know, I love you, girl. Petty. Hey, Petty. If it weren't for you, the first part of the show today wouldn't have happened. I believe it was you who sent me something. It was either you or Patronus Glow, or I think maybe you both did. I don't know. Everybody say, oh, hello. Hello, where's Chloe? Where the fuck is Chloe? Is Chloe drunk on White Claw? Did Chloe go to the COD with Auntie Bev, who I actually have to think about? Like, I slowed down to think about it because I almost said Auntie Deb because I have been watching Auntie Deb all day. Do we all know in the chat who Auntie Deb is? Let me get close to the mic. Do you know who your Auntie Deb is? She's that lady who sighs a lot and has Dilbert comic hair. And she's a judge in Boston. And she is just really excited to go to her beach house in the quad. What are you on your period? What are you on your period? What are you on your period? Have you been practicing your Boston accents, children? Don't make me homeschool you so I can teach you how to do Boston accents. Adam, Adam, they were calling you last night. I have to hurry because I think this is where I get trapped. Is just clicking on all the highs and hellos, and then you guys keep doing it, and I think you're fucking with me. Why are you doing this to your dad? We will turn around. No, I love it that you're all interacting and saying hello. Oh my God, I love you guys. Is there a thing that just makes it like play them as they go, like in an order? Hello, Kia Ora from New Zealand. Hello, Cindy. Hello, everybody. Hey, listen. Clarice. Her name's Lena, I found out. Kind of appropriate. Have yet to meet a Lena that wasn't fucking annoying and offered damn rocker. Unless there's one out there. If one of my SnoopyDupas is a Lena, by all means, love you. You might be the only good one I've met. Did you see my FYI regarding NYPD posting 5 days ago another Manhattan Jane Doe case? No, Margaret, I didn't. Send it to me. Although I do have Google alerts on Jane Doe's, and I did get like 6 in a week, and I stacked them and put them in a file, and I haven't gone through them yet, so she may be in there. Tell me dates. Tell me dates. I have mine down pat since 1918 in Boston. In Boston. So you know about the claw and the quad. Yeah, I cannot stop watching Auntie Deb. Really good. If you haven't checked out, I will again link it. It's so good. Forever Clarice. Hello, walk among the tombstones. Be careful doing that. John Ray will accuse you of things. Kim. Oh my God. This is how my memory works. The other day, I was at a McDonald's in LV. You know where that is. And I'm waiting on a coffee at night after leaving your grandpa, my daddy, from Father's Day. And I legit was sitting there like, would it be weird to hit up Kim from the YouTube chat and be like, what's up, bitch? Let me get you a nice coffee. Let's talk about murder. And then I realized, no, I have to get home. You're delusional. Get home. You live 3 hours away. You have a trip ahead of you. What are you doing? It's late at night. But I almost did that. I thought about you. I was in LV. Oh my God. So many businesses. There's a Sonic now. Okay. We'll talk personally. I shouldn't be doing this in front of everybody, but you know what I mean. If you know, you know. She's from very close to my tiny hometown, and it's wild. I used to work at the Dairy Queen there. Kim. Man, everybody, y'all are just so nice. You're gonna make me fucking cry. Auntie Bev. No, I'm talking about Auntie Deb, dude. Have you seen Auntie Deb? Sherilyn, do you not know? Tell me you don't. Oh my God, they look crazy. I need to. Do you know, Sherilyn, about Auntie Deb? I don't know if we're allowed to watch it. I feel like I should message him first, right? Well, anyway, Auntie Deb is a parodist, somebody who creates really funny TikToks, and he basically he plays every single character. He clumps, or what's the other one? Medea's. He plays every single character in that fucking courtroom, and it's really good. I mean, maybe we could play some of his shorts, credit him, and then just be like, hey man, just be cool. It was 4K day, dude. I wish we would have met up too. It was just so late. People got, I don't know if you have kids. Didn't you say, do you have kids? I don't know. I just didn't want to bother it. But it was weird. I was just sitting there. I was like, damn, I know someone from the internet that knows this. It just blows my mind. You don't understand. We come from a place where Kim knows. We come from a place where everybody knows everybody, literally. And if someone doesn't show up to church, they send the cops. Love you too, girl. And I love all of you. You've watched them all of the oh my God, his John Proctor, honestly, where it's like beep, beep, beep. So I was going to put out a series of shorts. I'll just spoil it because I'm not going to do it. It's too much work. But I had cut all these scenes out of Arrested Development that perfectly fit the trial, right? Like Baby Buster doing kid fights with Michael and them, and every single person had an assigned character. I think I just put a meme out on Twitter. That was it. Then I gave up. And that was so much work. And I was like, God, it is Lucille is definitely Jen McCabe, right? It all lined up. And especially like we won't get into it. I'll be talking to you about characters all day. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I thought that was the funniest shit. Like in my head, metaphors or hypotheticals, if you will, of if they were the Bluth family. This guy I don't even know from Boston has come up with characters that are so much richer and with more substance than the actual psychopaths that we are seeing in the trial. And I cannot stop watching it. Like he is he is the Weird Al of trials. I don't understand. This dude is brilliant. He's so fucking funny. He plays every character. He takes random household objects, it seems, and uses them as props. He's just good. He's above improv at this point. Like, I've been doing comedy for 15 years with some of the best comics in the world, and that dude makes me laugh harder than most of them. Like, that shit was, oh, I literally watched one like 5 times with my neighbor Paula, and I was like, this is the shit, dude. God, it's so funny. Yeah, someone did a Darth Vader parody once. That was pretty funny. How long am I gonna be alive? I don't know. Hopefully, like at least 10 more years, Adam. We'll see. What's good with Rexy? Oh my god, I have so much to tell you. That's what you know what? Thank you. Keep your dad on track. 4K are okay. The cult's job is to keep Daddy on track. From 4K to 5K, we're gonna do baby steps. 4K to 5K, the goal is gonna be 4K to 5K. Don't delay, right? Just get to the fucking point, cat, and that's what we're gonna do. Your dad has a lady name. It's Kate. I think I saw him on Young Jerks the other night. Maybe he did some live interview where he just slid in as each character. It's so fucking good. It's so good. His crab walk across the beach at the cat. It's so good. Arrested Development is literally one of my top 5 favorite shows. I absolutely love every bit of it. I like it when they go, and that's why you don't leave a note, and it's a horrific car accident. Like, it all lines up. And they're all wasted and drunk driving, and Lucille's trying to like lie and make shit. It's just perfect. It's really crazy. Pack the car. Yeah, all those dudes and dudettes from Boston. Okay, let's get to the point. You got me, Don. Don, you're the most responsible. When I start ranking you children, you're going to be up there. All right, so story time with Dad. You probably saw my post about how I was getting like a shitload of emails. Let me come closer to your daddy. Listen, I was getting a lot of emails from some real fucking special people, from some real complicated types. Them types of people where you say, hey, listen, bud, 5G is not going to kill you. You're not going to turn silver. It's going to be fine. The aliens aren't going to come infest your butthole for getting 5G. And they go, Satan. And then they like put signs on their doors and seclude themselves from the rest of society. Like these types of people. The people that you say, hey, just not trying to be rude, but this is what's up. And then they're like, nah, fuck you. And they just get very aggressive. Met a lot of those types the past few days. And hear me out. When I posted my video the first night, I got maybe 5 to 10 emails of pushback, and they seem to all have similar buzzwords. And I thought, where have I seen this before? Oh yeah, my fucking jobs. Like, you can tell when there's a troll. Once you've seen it, it's just like doing sound. You can see every breath when you're doing sound and mixing. Same thing with data and with people using social media. You start to notice trends. One person rudely pointed out that I say simultaneously a lot. I went through the whole video and counted it. I said it 6 times in 3 hours. Then I was pissed off that I believed them. You can't trust everybody, ladies and gentlemen. But I started seeing trends. Okay. Lots of trends. And the trend was, tell me that basically that John Ray didn't say any of those things. And then you quote to them, yes, this is exactly what he said. And here's a timestamp. And then they start yelling at me about Karen Reed. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. Then I noticed that there were people who had extremely specific information, almost like, and it was in list form and it was very thought out. Now mine, when I type it, I'll still use words like dangle, shit, fuck, dang, right? But these are very carefully constructed, almost like a press release. And I noticed 3 users in my comments and who emailed me that kind of had copy pastes I mean, not kind of. They changed 2 words on one, and then the other 2 were the exact same, but they were different users, and they had multiple people on their account. But what's interesting is they're dipshits, and I found all of them. And what's interesting is one of them had posted on my page that they were an art therapist, that they do art therapy, and they have like a master's degree in art therapy. And then they said that basically, how dare I shame Victoria by presuming she's not a victim while disproving genre. It was very complicated. It was all about art and how this person has a really good degree, and I'm a fuckface because I said that Victoria did not take part in these crimes and that Victoria did not have these accounts, right? And the thing is, yeah, an art therapist. That sounds legit. A master's degree. Oh, you're in the art therapy sciences? What the fuck? So naturally, I, took his profile picture and scanned it and found out he's just a shitty fiddle player who went to community college and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he likes to play a lot of really dumb games that little kids like to play. So he's kind of weird, and blocked him, especially because he was saying hateful shit to me about the family on my page or underneath the videos. Simultaneously, I saw another person. Oh, look, I said simultaneously. Eat it, bitch. She knows who she is. I left her in here so she can hear me say it again and again. Then I see someone slip in, say the same thing. And this time, I just started noticing, like, okay, this is the exact same rhetoric I got before from that guy, and then from another account. And I can't remember where I saw this. And the thing is, I didn't see it on YouTube. I saw it on Reddit, and I take notes of shit like that because your dad's a bit weird. And this person said some pretty hateful things about the family and about how she's demonic. Oh, I'm not feeding the trolls, Cindy. Let me get to the point. I'll get there. You'll like this. So then I start, going into who I am and start snooping into these people. I get a little snoopy, and I'm like, why are they sending me similar things from all these different accounts that, they're kind of semi-developed, but who are these people? And I start looking into it, and I realized that it was a little John Ray Stan cult that was commenting and talking shit to people on Reddit. But simultaneously, they're also going to all the Karen Reed channels and doing the same thing. And they also went on Twitter. And so I tracked down all of them. I know their names. I know where they live. I know everything about them. And I promise you, these are people that have been heavily involved with specific camps involving Karen Reed that have now bled over into this Lisk shit for God knows what reason. They're interested in it now. And their goal is to stand people like John Ray and Jennifer Coffendorfer and all these people who spread a lot of bullshit, right? And don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's fine. That's fine. Love who you love. But the problem is that they're saying really hateful stuff, and they're doing it in mass and bulk. They're like, boom, 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 spamming all these people, right? So what I did was I reported all their accounts, and then I took note of all their IP addresses, and then I put it down, and then I started going through all those forums of the trolls that were trying to pretend to be Victoria. And guess what I found, you guys? Guess what I fucking found? Guess what I found? A lot of these dick beans are the same people bullying her, essentially. Now, whether she's aware of it or not, because I honestly don't think she logs in or reads her Tumblr anymore. They're spamming her stuff. And they're also talking shit to you guys, and they're also making shadow puppet accounts on Twitter. So I made a note of them. You can all fuck off. Not you guys, not my kids, but they know who they are because they probably made fake accounts to watch. But what's interesting is 1 hour after I spoke to one of them who was very thorough, and I actually kind of respected their plight a little bit. They were putting up a fight, but they were giving me a good argument. I had to go line by line with them. And at that point, it's like denial. They're in denial, right? They're literally looking at him call this girl a cannibal, and they're going, no, he didn't. And I found it funny that I keep getting from a couple of people, what is it they're saying? There's quite a few of them that were saying that, hey, listen, Dr. Mercado was just there to give his opinion. He's just standing there with John Ray. That doesn't believe, or that doesn't mean he believes everything John Ray says, right? Now listen, when I apologize to Dr. Purgato, it's for not knowing who the fuck he was, because he's a badass. However, badasses make mistakes too. And the thing is, he's standing up there with John Ray. In fact, they've been going on a bunch of podcasts I have now recently discovered, because I went through and watched a bunch of them, for a few months. In fact, for about a year, he said they worked together publicly. Like, they've admitted this, fair enough, right? So he's standing there next to John Ray. And apparently what he's explained to the masses, and I saw a hint of this, but a lot of people being using, like, posting this or sending this to me saying, listen, just because he was standing there and just because he's with John Ray doesn't mean he believes everything John Ray says. It doesn't mean he supports everything John Ray says. And I found that so interesting, because at the press conference, what was one of the first things that John Ray said? We are the company we keep. Didn't he say that about Victoria? He said, look around at who their friends are. Look at who they're near. We are the company we keep. I mean, interesting. Interesting, because Victoria must kill and eat people and cut tits off and do all this demonic shit because her dad killed people, right? Because they're in close proximity together and they work together in the same building, was a point he made. What's interesting is that Dr. B and John Ray work together and they're standing right there, but they don't want us to think that they believe the same thing or that they support the same thing. But definitely you should believe that Victoria can be held to task. I just thought that was interesting. Now, again, stand Dr. B, great work. I think he got duped. But here's the thing. I know for a fact John Ray got duped. And that's the tea we're going to spill, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. The tea we're going to spill, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. Because something happened today. This is the second thing that blew my mind. Because, thank you. Thank you for the congrats on the 4K. Listen, distraction. I have to thank Melanie Little. Without Melanie, I wouldn't be here. She pushed me into it. She said, hey, that was fun talking to you. You should do this shit on your channel. And I was like, damn. But she used a nice word, not a cursey word. But it's 4K, so I can say cursey words. Shitty titties. Hello, everybody. Hello, Bojangles. But anyway, hello, Jamie's Cowboys. If it wasn't for Melanie, I wouldn't be here. None of this would be happening. It's not because I was never shy about. I was working on a podcast that I was going to put on here on a whole separate channel. But a bunch of you added me after I just went on to talk to her. And y'all started asking me questions. I found it interesting. And I thought, well, may as well practice, right? And I was pitching a podcast about cold cases innocent to audible.com at the time. Because I won this comedy contest right before Caroline shut down on Broadway. I don't know if you guys remember. It's like 2021. And it was a storytelling thing. And whoever won it, you get to pitch a podcast. You get an Audible podcast. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I won. And it was sick. It was at the New York Comedy Festival. And they were like, come pitch this shit. And I pitched them basically like a missing persons podcast, but involving, comedians. And then a couple of like 2 ex-sex workers that were trying to help find these girls they once worked with. And we ended up finding a guy that did a lot of horrible things in the past. We found 2 of them. And one of them was reported to the police, and he was a notorious sex assaulter in San Diego. It's interesting. The other guy was in Sacramento. And we made this whole podcast, and we go to pitch it. And then they had just closed, like the day we were pitching it, they closed down Caroline's. And they closed down, like, they fired that guy from Audible. And the whole thing was I got these headphones, though. That was sick. But then I was like, damn, what am I going to do? And I was kind of in a funk, And Melanie came along, and I'd been following Lisk since, well, shit, before it was called Lisk, really. Atlantic City era. Like, and a little bit before that. Some of the night, I was really into cold cases. So the 80s and 90s victims, and then bleeding out to Staten Island Jane Doe, stuff like that. We've talked about that. I was into, learning more about Rifkin's victims, trying to identify them. That is what my focus was. And it was interesting because Melanie starts talking to me about Lisk. And I discovered there's like this group of people that are really interested in the OSINT of it and wanting to fact check. Oh, wow. He got it with fuck games with his FK games. What is that? Okay, wait, let me read this. Chris from the interview room got his channel taken down at one point with his FK games. I don't know what that means though, but tell me, curious idea. So Dr. Mercado being on the interview room, yeah, I'd be careful with that channel. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like, I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying I find it it's about the people defending. Because, see, Dr. Mercado doesn't need a defense. He gave his statement, right? But it's interesting to me that people are coming to me and going, hey, listen, Dr. Mercado doesn't support John Ray at all. Like, what the fuck? Why are you saying this? And it's like, dude, we are the company we keep, bro. Right? Yeah, she's a child. She was a child. You're talking about Vicky. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. Anyway, Melanie is the best, and because of her, I'm here. And she really did bring me. I was kind of in a funk and a depression. Like, I do comedy, but like, I also work and go to school, and some of the shit I had to see at school that semester from crime scene shit was dark. And, it was really cool getting to talk to someone who's a lawyer. I love lawyers. I love librarians. I love picking the brains of people with weird jobs. Well, let's not. Also, did you say peen? That's hilarious, but we'll talk. Let's not talk about that on 4K day. Come on now. We'll rip on people's peens later. Right now, let's talk about, let your daddy tell you the tea. And Duty Ron and Drape's Head, Moroccan Drape's Head. Listen. And Joey Brooklyn. I hear you, bro. And Jay True Crime. Jay Guilty of Crime. I don't know why I always say Jay True Crime. It's Jay Guilty of Crime. Fucking Rock Chalk, dude. Melanie. Like, without those hoes, this wouldn't have happened. I fucking love them all. It's so weird because, like, all of us are so different. You wouldn't think that, like, we'd all be homies, but here we are. And that's what I love about the internet. And Melanie's ethical as fuck, and she's super sweet, and I'm not embarrassed to show her channel to my mom. That's true. So I really love that about her. Now, I am embarrassed to show my channel to my mom, but she can peep at any time. I think she follows Hey Mom, but I understand that I'm not as palatable to a specific market. I get that. But I love Melanie. She's selfless. She cares. She was a good ass lawyer, I bet. Like, of course, she took down the fucking Catholic Church, dude. But you didn't miss that much, Daisy. Hello, Daisy. I've been conversing with a lot of you in chat, and I enjoy all of you. And you tell me good stories, and you send me great cis popping videos. Holy Christ. Anyway. Oh, damn, they did? Well, not a surprise with the shit they cooked up. Let's get to the tea, though. Let's get to the tea, you guys. And I'll go back and I'll say hi to everybody. Pede Mason. Hello, everybody. Now, listen. Yeah. Oh, and shout outs to Grizzly. Dude, you guys were in the chat. You're recommending lipstick brands, and you got her to tell us it's Maybelline, baby. She told us she spilled the deeds. Now we know what her lipstick color is. I still think she blends because I looked at that color and I was like, hers is bolder. I think she needs to make her own line, and you guys put that out into the universe, and I appreciate that. Because Grizzly has great lipstick. And also, I heard you, by the way, about Canetti. I don't know why. I think the Canetti painting, the girl that's usually behind me, I think that's why I thought of that just now, because of Grizzly and the lipstick. It's called Red Lips, and it's going back. It's going to happen. It's just moved right now so that I can't. Well, first, I was just going to put the panel on the back down here. And someone asked if this is Ricky Tikki Timba. And I remember that. Ricky Tikki Timba. No, sir. I don't know why I remember that little rhyme from school. It's also a book. It does look like it, but I have no idea. It's just a tapestry from the Goodwill. But I was going to sew an extension on it. And then I noticed the back of the Canetti painting is ripped. So I have to replace it. So I've been fucking with it. Does she use lip liner? I don't know. It goes pink to red. It's like those. Everybody says Fenty, but it looks like the Fenty ads. Like, it looks that good, but it's maybe it's Maybelline. Well, it turns out it is. Patronus, we be gossiping. You're my favorite child. Listen. Okay, because of you, and I think Petty, y'all sent me some stuff today. Y'all sent me some stuff today. Hello, Apple. Hello, all the noobs in the chat. Noobs to the chat. Hello, Marcella. Something happened today. I think it was Petty and Patronus. If I'm wrong, one of y'all correct me. Yeah, I'm not either, Tiff. But the thing about girls who aren't that into makeup, we don't give a fuck about anything else, but we always get the lipstick right. And let me tell you something. Grizzlies is on point. There's a comic named Christina Pazitsky's. Her lipstick is on point. Melanie's is always on point. Rihanna's is fucking flawless all the time. There, we could point out celebrities. We know who's got the good lipstick, and we can point out YouTubers with fantastic lipstick. But Grizzlies has become a signature, almost like the Rocky Horror Picture Show logo. It's like it's something that, or the Rolling Stone, like, she's got to get a lipstick brand. I'm all about good branding and good marketing. And I feel like there's an opportunity to be missed if we're not careful. We need to get her on board. We need to think of really good lipstick puns, but we've been through that. Okay. I'm going to show you some stuff. This is what happened today. Hold on. Excuse me. I took a Zyrtec and I feel like I'm about to, so excuse me. Yeah, you got to do lipstick. You got to do lipstick, Daisy. It just feels, it's like if, I don't know, if a coffee's hot, I feel like it'll burn that layer of lipstick off first. You know what I mean? To kind of warn you. I don't know. That's stupid. The point is, she doesn't want a brand. What'd you say? She doesn't want a brand. She has said that many times. Well, we will force a brand upon her. Grizzly brand. Listen, it's not about supply anymore. It's about demand. If the demand is there, the supply will come. She is crazy amazing. I think there's so many creators that are crazy amazing that are doing a really good job. And I love talking to you. Daisy, you do not have lopsided lips. Don't say that about yourself. Actually, I am not symmetrical either. So it's fine to have lopsided lips. Maybe that is something that is special to you. And I always try to think of it as like all my wonkiness, they can identify my body easier, but that's probably not a good way of looking at it. So don't look at it that way. Anyway, let's move on. Apple, is Misha your new crush? I have that all the time. I don't know what that means, but is she? Tiff, thank you. Thank you. Looks like Mac Twig. It's this. Stilla. It's just Stilla. It doesn't have a thing. It's this. I think my mom got it for me. Hi, Pat. Mia Wallace, you're on my arm. I've told you that before. I have a tattoo of you. Sorry, you're live and just popped in. Hello. Hey, bitch. Listen. Petty Mason, Patronus Glow. Tell me, which one of y'all, one of y'all sent me this and you told me, hey, listen, John Ray went on Vinnie today to double down. Here's what's crazy. Do you remember that press conference? They gave out press packets. I've had 4 people offer to send me those press packets. I've received them from 3. Of the 3 that I've received that were handed out that day, digital copies of, which some of them were just wonky pictures. I'll tell you this much. One of them was different than the others. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. And it was the 3rd person who sent it to me. And what's odd is they were one of the argumentative people who were pissing me off. And they were, it's not that they were argumentative. I love to argue. They were just saying things that weren't true. And they were being really mean about Vicky, calling her a demon and all this shit. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird because they also sent me a press packet from the thing and it's different than the others. And and it does have like some stuff on it that, again, is bullshit and it's not her. And I'm not going to spread the conspiracy, but I did think it was weird that it was a little different. It had some added info on it. And the other 2 came from people who, one of them watches the channel and the other one is just someone I know through a friend of a friend on my Facebook. And she works in the news up there in Long Island. And she got this because she was working there, recording it. And I'm not going to say who she is, but she sent it to me. And the one that the press got is different than the one that this third person sent me. And I was like, wow, this is fascinating. I wonder why this has all this extra shit on it. And it also was typed out in a way that was very, very similar to this person's rants that they had posted to me and that they had sent me. So then I started looking into it and I was like, okay, well, let's see what the press got that day. And it was supposed to be like a list. And there was a fourth person who earlier said they'd send it to me like literally 30 minutes ago and I haven't gotten it yet, but we'll see if that looks the same too. Anyway, the point is this was before the thing he did today, his response. The third one that I got, I was in line to get a chicken burger and someone sent it to me. And then they, it was Patronus or Pet. One of y'all said, hey, he basically made this thing that was once behind, I guess, members only or privatized. And it was John Ray and Vinnie, and he was explaining himself. They apparently made it public, and y'all sent it to me. One of y'all did. Who was it? Anyway, I go and I watch it, and I freaked out because here's what's crazy. Do you remember at the press conference, they gave out all kinds of shit. And in the packets I got from everybody, they gave out all kinds of shit. They gave out like, it was like, here are the pictures from, there's a guy named Stephen Coidel. There is an artist named, I think his name was John. I didn't write it down anywhere. I don't know why I'm looking. His name was John. It was one of the chopped up body photos. There were multiple people that their pictures were attributed to her or to having been reblogged by her. And it's very interesting because I started going through it and I was like, hold on. How do I turn this off? Let me turn this off so it's not bothering me. I was going through it and I was like, why wouldn't he show, how I showed you the troll account that said that, well, here, I'll show it to you. Let's pull this up, you guys. Let me put it over here. I feel like this is a good order to go in. Okay. So remember how they had the conference, right? And at the conference, he showed all these gory photos. He didn't show any of her art at all, except that one oil painting. And then he said that it was a furry butt plug. And I think like a demon eating tits or something, or it was horrible. Yeah. So he showed that was hers. And it was really a tribute to Sir Francis Bacon or something for an art class that had been created years before. And it took her 2 years to make. And I thought, wow, it's fascinating because I found something that was a troll account and I showed it to you. And I told you how I think what he did was he was getting reposts and reblogs from the Mirror account, which is why he says they took it down. And John Ray might have gotten trolled. And then I showed you this picture. Now, I'm going to show it to you again, friends. So let's share the screen. And what I'm about to show you. So do you remember a thing called the Forchan, everybody? Here, let me take myself off so you can see it. Do you remember Forchan? Of course you do. It's where all the school shooters go. And the freaks and weirdos and the incels who want to show off dead bodies and plan coups, right? So there's a couple of things that happened today that crossed over in my zeitgeist. First of all, the person who sent me the rundown that was defending the shit out of John Ray, the person who seemed to have a little extra details in their press packet that they sent me. No, it was Sir Francis Bacon or Francis Bacon. Sorry, I was responding to Tiff. So that person, when I was looking up who the fuck they were, I happened to stumble upon several of their accounts that happened to stan one of my friends. It's crazy. I used to open up for this comic. He's very famous. And he also, people like to blame him for school shootings every time, or mass shootings. Every time one happens, they blame this guy because 4chan trolls think it's funny. And they distribute his picture. And he's a stand-up comic and he has to catch hell every time that happens. And it's kind of awkward because, we had a shooting, my family that they were in. But here's the thing, he got blamed for that too. And then it was like, oh, there's that guy who does comedy too. And it's wild because last year I got to open for him and it was kind of like, for me, he was a very nice guy. It was fun. I actually was lucky to get that spot. And it's really weird because this guy who was trolling me today, who was insisting that, John Ray's correct and blah, 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 and let me send you all this shit. And then he was talking mad trash and being mean to people in chat, he happens to love that comic and go comment a lot. And I thought, man, you know, if I was really evil, I could get that comic to speak out and talk some shit about this dude, right? And I didn't do that because I'm not a fucking morbid asshole. But that guy is ruining a girl's life. So I'm just like, this is interesting. I bet I can find him in other forums. And I did. And what's crazy to me, here's what's crazy. Do you remember? So this right here, what we're looking at, this is 4chan, and this is basically like a mirror board. Like you can create archived boards of 4chan. And imagine my surprise when I happened to see posts of this case and the guy that I once worked with in comedy, all posted by this same dude that happened to be trolling me yesterday and talking shit and defending John. And he seemed to use some OSINT terms, and it made me wonder, is this the guy who found John all of his information or sent it to him, right? Now, I don't know for sure, but what's funny is I showed you guys this document, right? And when I went through the press packets, I didn't see this document in there, right? Like it wasn't in the press packets. And what's even weirder is if it was, don't you think John Ray would have shown this of all things? Of all the things, don't you think this artwork critique archived 4chan post from the day after her dad got arrested claiming to be her, don't you think he would have shared that at the press conference if he had it? Because I think he would have. And here's the thing, he shared it today, but what's funny is he didn't show it. He read it to Vinnie. Now, he was using, I'm sure, the same program we are, maybe Zoom, right? So that means that he could have just pulled up the webpage, but he didn't. And what's interesting is I didn't put the URL in my screenshots. So fascinating, huh? Fascinating how he's reading this thing that he didn't read at the press conference. He was reading that in defense of himself, and he doubled down. And the whole reason I even brought this up and showed it to you was to show you how badly people troll. And the reason I felt comfortable doing that is because I already confirmed this is a troll. I think I may have even told you that it was a young gentleman from a specific state, which I'm not going to edit out. That was in the past. But listen, I know exactly who this person is because I already tracked him when this post went up, the day it went up, you guys, which was the day after Rex was arrested. I said, let's go through everything I can find and take a screenshot in case this can help later. And I found her page and I found the people pretending to be her. And if you look right here, I want you to read the part that says, my dad just arrested for bullshit and I want to get my mind off it. So rate my draws. Like I said, I'm having family problems right now. So please, my nice. And then it links all of Vicky's accounts. And notice how it says it's from Anonymous. That's interesting, right? It's interesting. So I started looking into this. I was able to track down who this person was. It is not Vicky. And I presented that to you technically the day before yesterday. I showed you this exact page. And I told you, I said, hey, how much you want to bet John Ray got trolled, right? Because that's not fucking Vicky. And I would scroll down, but there's a lot of terrible words. And in fact, the 4chaners busted this person. I'll go real fast. And they know that it's not Vicky. And they said, oh my God, dipshits are going to believe this. And then they ripped on people in the future who would look at this and go, oh my God, it's the real Victoria Huerman. She's posting about her art when she should be apologizing. But here's the thing. It's not Victoria Huerman. And that's why I showed it to you. That's why I showed it to you. It's because it's not. I want to show you how bad trolls can be. But here's why I'm bringing it up now. Because he didn't show this at the press conference. I just want you to keep that in mind because he didn't have this. However, a person who commented not only under my video about this, that debuted this, but also sent me an email chewing my ass, being very rude and talking mad shit about Vicky, disrespecting the goths, disrespecting the furry butt plug community, trying to be anti-anime. So this fool messages me. He sends me this long ass email and he sends me the one little presser packet that looks different than the others I got from the news ladies who would never lie. They have no reason to, but this guy has a fucking agenda. And it's to defend John at all costs. And here's what I found funny. An hour after I tell him to frig the frig off, right? Go fuck yourself, I said. What do you want, your period? And then I threw a Boston Lager at him. The second I block him, I start wondering, I wonder if this guy knows John, right? An hour later, guess who's on Vinnie? Not showing this document, but reading it to America and telling America that it is Vicky fucking Huerman. Guess who's doing that? Guess who did that? You want to see who did that? Let me show you who did that. Because I guarantee you that the reason he didn't show the document is because he doesn't know where the fuck it is. His tech people don't know how to get it because they're dumb as shit. Flower Girl can't get her head out of her own ass long enough to figure out a URL. None of them know what 4chan is. They literally thought that oil work was a furry butt plug. They described Yifferton wrongly in the zeitgeist of the furries, as I've been educated. And the way they saw it, I guarantee you, because wouldn't they show it at the press conference? Wouldn't it be in that packet? It wasn't. In fact, John never presented it until 1 hour after that asshole got kicked out of my chat, off my page, and I told him to fuck off. The one guy who sent me the one weird press kit that had a little too much info. So let me play you. Oh, it wasn't Flower Girl. This was a dude. You can tell by the way people speak sometimes. Oh, and by the way, here's another thing before I forget. Just real quick. Let's look at this one more time. My dad just arrested for bullshit and I want to get my mind off it. So rate my draws. Rate my draws. Like I said, I'm having family problems right now. So please, my nice. And see how it says liskdaughter.png. Now, first of all, you can go look at the inspect. You can go look at the deets from this photo in the inspect area of it. You can go to the properties of it while it's still on Tumblr and multiple different sources. And even though they swipe certain amounts of data, you can see things when you download it and see what the actual image was named and called. And guess what? It wasn't called Lisk Daughter. Simultaneously, right around this time, this pops up on the Wayback Machine. Now, I screenshotted it that morning, but it wasn't noon. However, someone else pops up, and I believe it's a web crawler bot. So I thought this was interesting. I thought, kind of weird that this guy had that document, but didn't show it. So anyway, remember how this writing is. Now let's look at Vicky's actual writing, shall we? Let's pull this up because I want you to see the difference. Like, first of all, you don't even have to do that much to debunk that this isn't Vicky. But for the sake of pulling our heads out of our asses, let's take a look at Vicky's actual writing, shall we? Let's give the due diligence. Let's give the due diligence. I'm going to show this to you real quick. And I'm not going to show you her personal shit. I just want you to see her writing. I'm a recent graduate of New York Institute of Technology with a BFA in Fine Arts. I know 3D, 2D animation, modeling, sculpting, Autodesk, Maya, Mudbox, ZBrush, Toon Broom, Harmony, Photoshop, Illustrator, and editing in After Effects and Premiere. I'm looking for a job in animation. Proper punctuation, proper grammar. And guess what? She went to the New York Institute of Technology and worked at Macy's and has a BFA, a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Art and Design Motion Capture. Nothing is misspelled. Her eyes are uppercased. Everything looks legit, proper punctuation. Yet John Ray is about to tell you that this is the real Vicky. The real Victoria Hewerman, ladies and gentlemen. According to John Ray, the real Victoria Hewerman feasts on the blood of the innocents. She sticks butt plugs up her ass and she plots and schemes with her dad. And then suddenly forgets how to write things and grammar. Simultaneously, there it is again. One of the things that I thought was interesting is that if you go look at video of the house and the family from this specific day, and you check the time in not just news archives, but you could find it on YouTube, I believe around this time, they have either confiscated their shit and they are in the police station. That might even be in records. But regardless, this is not the same. Let me show you. As this. That girl did not write this. Like, just look at it. It's not her. But here's the thing. That's not enough for people like John Ray. That's not enough for conspiracy theorists. It's not enough for them. They need proof. So anyways, I started looking for footage of the family and anything that was happening that day around that. And guess what? All of their shit was getting took. So I thought, I also traced the IP. The thing is, I can't teach John Ray to do that because we can't even teach John Ray what a fucking butt plug is or how to wear a scrunchie properly. How are we going to teach him the inner workings of the internet? How? It's impossible. So let's look. So anyway, the point of all this shit, let's get to the point, is I posted this on my channel. I know a lot of people sent it to John Ray because y'all told me. You didn't have to do that, but you did it. God bless. And John Ray reacts by reading it on Vinnie Politan out of context, knowing it's absolutely not her. And he says it's fucking her. And he doubles the fuck down. He goes from scrunchy mane to rubber band dude in 2 fucking seconds. I'm going to show you that right now. Let's take a look at that. We're going to watch that. And by the way, I did look up. That's what that's about. I did look up. Oh, you didn't see it. Okay. I did look up a bunch of like the cost of breast cancer treatment without insurance. Victoria's mom or Ace's insurance runs out in 2 months. She's got a year and a half worth of treatment left. It's about $200,000. The lawyers are getting $400,000. The others are getting $200,000. The rest is reserved for Asa and Victoria to split with Chris for a licensing fee. And the only person who signed the fucking contract is Asa. What's very, very interesting about all of this is that they're working with a Texas production company. And just like every other peacock true crime documentary, allegedly, supposedly, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, guess what happened? All the production companies keep dropping out and changing. Wow. Just like the one I was involved in. By the way, they fuck over the victims, they fuck over everyone involved. And they pay a licensing fee, which is why this isn't going to in any way help Rex, because they're not allowed to use any of that money. It's in their contract to help with his defense or to help him in any way. So after doing that, looking through the mortgage, looking through the costs, looking through the attorney fees, looking through everything, she's probably going to walk away with $30K to live on. And they're destroyed to the point where they can't get a job. And apparently now they fucking hate people. And their house is trashed. It's not livable. And, you know, if they go live with family, then they're going to be called, deserters. They left. They must be hiding something. They're on the run, people will say. If they go stay with Craig, it's like, oh my God, they're doing horrible things with the other monster. Not much, Midwest Nice. I believe it depreciated in value due to that. And they're talking about, it's up in the air on whether or not they're going to bulldoze it. I don't know. But I mean, here's the thing. They might have to stay there until trial. Like, they might not. I don't know if there's a lien on it or if here's the thing. When something is considered evidence, this is a good question for Duty Ron or Ed. We'll ask them. I want to ask them. But in some places like Texas, If it's evidence, if your house is evidence, you cannot sell it until they tell you, okay, go. You know what I mean? Landlord can't, like, it's frozen, it's fucked. You got to keep it until we're done. Once we're done going through it, then you can get rid of it. That's the rule. So I don't know what it's like there. And I would love to ask. So we'll have to ask. And yes, you can mail shitty titties, poop. You can mail bugs. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying you can. You can mail bugs from an entomology school. Just saying. Yeah, the house is gutted. It's totally unlivable. Everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe they would live in that house of horrors. Clearly they love it. Clearly they want to be around where people fucking died. Oh, clearly they're just living it up. They're outside most of the time because their house is destroyed. They're not in it. The problem is it's not livable and it's their home. The hell? And also, they haven't been staying at it a lot. They've been staying other places because it's fucking gutted and terrible. She's got breast cancer. The kid needs help. He's autistic. The daughter doesn't have a job anymore. Like, for fuck's sake, people. You know? It's really crazy. Glad you learned so much. The Idaho house was demolished after they got everything they needed. And they also didn't know that there was going to be all this fuck shit at the beginning of trial. And they actually did delay it once. Simultaneously, you can take them to court and be like, no, give me back my house. I'm going to fucking sell it. But it costs a lot of money. I don't know if the landlord did that, but I do know that there was a delay. And they went back in. I think they ripped out some baseboards. Shitty titties. Yeah, his family's screwed. Yeah, I guess everybody's victimizing the shit out of her and the kids. It's really sad. And then all the news is reporting that, like, oh, they're just getting their jollies and they stand behind him. The divorce is still going through. And also the children have not been to visit. And the only thing they said is that they're still trying to figure out whether they can do that. Whether they can handle it. I don't know, man. It feels crazy. It's really sad. It's really sad. All right, I'm going to put this on because I want you to see this is what happened today. We're going to play this. Fuck it. Let's just watch it as long as we can because we'll start right where John Ray is there. Let's check this out. Let's see what happened with Vinnie and Scrunchie. All right, let's see what happened here. Let me share the screen because I told you he did. First of all, he doesn't show the document. He reads the exact one I posted. And it was literally an hour after this guy who sent me a press thing and all this extra info and was heartily defending him. Just very interesting. Very interesting timing. I don't care if he took it. I care that he misattributed it to her. What the dick if he did that. If he did, I mean, I don't think that. Here's the thing. I felt stupid even bringing this up because it's like, who the fuck am I? No one's gonna, but I don't believe this. Like, I hope not. Like, this is crazy. I really hope not. But like, I wonder why he didn't show it. And also, he's totally fucking wrong. And this makes him look like way more of a dipshit and way more of an asshole. And now I condemn thee. I rebuke thee, dude. I rebuke you, bro. Rebuke. Be gone, demon. Fuck. What a dumbass. Wow. Okay, let's put this on. Tell your daddy if you can hear.
Produced as this case is progressing. That will give us insight down the road, probably more to what they're thinking. And the house that they all lived in may very well be the scene of some of the murders here. So you put all that together, there's a lot of attention on the family. But there's even more attention being put on them now by someone who's been a guest on our show many, many times. And we're going to speak with him right now. Joining us, the attorney representing the family of victim Shannon Gilbert, who still has not been officially connected to this killer, but is the reason that this case has progressed because of her. John Ray is back with us. John, nice to see you tonight.
You too, Vinnie.
So you go on social media and all of a sudden John Ray is making people talk again. And this one probably is the most controversial thing that you've talked about so far. And you've been talking about the daughter of the suspected Long Island serial killer. And some folks are upset about it. Some folks are really upset about it. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to explain what you were talking about at your last, I guess, press conference that you had, and what is driving what you're doing now.
Okay, well, to lead off, what I'm saying, first of all, is that with the facts and circumstances that are now known, including the various sites that Victoria was looking at on her computer and certain other things she said, all put together, this whole thing, she is not outside the circle of suspects involved in some way in this case and should be looked at with suspicion and should be further investigated. That's all I've said. Now, I say that I know there are a lot of people who are angry. These are the people who they exalt victimhood above all things and don't pay attention to the facts. And that what they're saying is essentially absurd. That is that this girl who stands by her father as we speak, the man who chopped up those girls, who had no regard for them whatsoever, she is somehow not to be spoken about other than as a victim herself, when that's just not the case. So they don't like that. They just want to make her a victim regardless. And so they say all kinds of terrible things about me. They rage.
No, they
one
do.
was on here the other night that was screaming and shouting about me the whole time. But I'm not the issue. The facts are and the circumstances are the issue.
So what are the
we discovered in my team?
If you can go through some of the things that you and give us like what you found and how it was found and how this is now part of this case or investigation from your perspective.
Okay, well, I assembled a group of people who are really good at diving deep down into the computer, into the.
Pay attention to this part and tell me if you trust this guy after just hearing the next two sentences.
Programs and seeing what was there. I don't have that capacity nor that skill. So they do it. And what we did, we discovered that Victoria, contrary to the way she's posed her image so far on the in the public, has been looking at certain really awful, ferocious sites containing some of the worst things that humankind can conceive. And these sites they're on a thing called Valira. And this, I don't know all the details as to if you ask me to explain how Valira works and so forth. They show deviant art. They show some of the worst art you can imagine and words that accompany that art. And I've published both of them to the public via my press conference. She's looking at cannibalism. She's looking at people being chopped up, bodies being hacked to pieces. She's looking at people disemboweling women. She's looking at all kinds of things that are what her father appears to have done. That's what she's looking at. And she's looking at these things going back for years before we knew that this man was a killer. So she's no doubt raised as a little girl since kindergarten when the first murder we know of occurred, up through the years. She is, in that sense, she's a victim of her family in raising her in this disgraceful, disgusting situation.
All right, I want to pause this because fuck him. And second of all, two of you put some comments that I'm just going back and reading them because I've heard him blab enough today, but y'all have good points and I want to know more. Cindy said Idaho Murder House was gifted to the university and they actioned the demolition. Interesting. So do you know, was it the landlord or the previous owner who gifted it to the university because they wouldn't let them demolish it, or were they not wanting to have anything to do with it? Like, I'm just a little confused because I remember reading a few articles about how they weren't allowed to, but I don't know if that was the university or the prior landlord and if that's the reason, or I'm curious why. Did the university like give I don't know. This is just interesting. It's like a whole ass house, but I guess, that kind of makes sense. I want to learn more. Cindy, I'm sorry I'm asking you for this, but can you send me anything you have on that? Because, or I could just go look it up later. But if you have anything that like talks about kind of why or when that happened, because I'm very interested in whether or not there was like, not a lien, but what do you call it? I don't remember what it's called here, but it's like an evidence hold or something for a large property. But in Idaho, is that the same thing? Curious. And then Margaret said, all due respect, Daddy. Oh, it's okay, child. Come to me. It wasn't livable prior to the arrest when Rex transferred ownership and title to Asa. Is it Asa or Asa? I think it's Asa. With adult son, special needs disability, and her because Surprise didn't set up a trust to protect. Okay, so he transferred the ownership and title to Asa before his arrest? Or are you talking about in 97? Because I saw info on it from 94 and then again in 97. There was some interesting stuff going on there. I think a mortgage, and then like a lien against it for an asset thing. But that was like way back in the day. I'm curious, was that like right before? I wonder if he knew. It's interesting. That is very interesting. Anyway, yeah, you guys, if you have any data on that you can send me to make your day's life easier, I would love to see it. The host does that. It's their choice who comments on the show. Oh yeah, who wants to comment? Who needs to comment? Sorry, I was walking my dog a second ago because he's being fussy. He had to poo. Yeah, whoever needs a comment. Like, I think the way it works, I don't know. I just accepted this thing to get super chats recently, and I don't even know how that really works, but I think that, I mean, you could just put it in here, and if I see it, I will answer it. I don't give a fuck if you donate. I'm not about that, but if you want to, I will buy wigs and clothes for my dog. Yeah, that guy fucking sucks. Clip it. But yeah, if you do a super chat, it'll pop up. But also, if you just put it in the chat, like soon, I'm gonna scroll all the way down and I'll see if I can see yours. Is it you, Emmett Nemesis? Is it you? You want to send me money to sue him? You can send me money to sue him. Oh, you're talking about Vicky? Yeah. That's the thing is, I bet her lawyers will just do it on her behalf, right? Because it'd be fucking fun to sue the pants out of this guy for all this dickish shit. Did we even get to the part yet where he
on the in the public that they just want to make her a victim regardless, and so they say all kinds of terrible things about me. They rage.
No, they do.
I was on here the other night that were screaming and shouting about me the whole time. But I'm not the
That's
issue.
not something to be
the
proud of,
facts
sir.
The circumstances are the issue.
So what are
we discovered in the team?
If you can go through some of the things that you and give us like what you found and how it was found and how this is now part of this case or investigation from your perspective.
Okay, well, I assembled a group of people who are really good at diving down into the computer, into these programs and seeing what was there. I don't have that capacity nor that skill. So they do it. And what we did, we discovered that Victoria, contrary to the way she's posed her image so far on the in the public, has been looking at certain really awful, ferocious sites containing some of the worst things that humankind can conceive. And these sites they're on a thing called Valira. And this, I don't know all the details as to if you ask me to explain how Valira works and so forth. They show deviant art. They show some of the worst.
Satan sandwich, battle of the twats indeed. And I'm ready to be the top twat. Let me at him. I want him to show me the document because the only one I posted had words on it and no URL. So how good are your people at deep diving, you weird scrunchy wearing guy? Just saying. Battle of the Twats. It's on. Hashtag Battle of the Twats, ladies and gentlemen.
First art you can imagine and words that accompany that art. And I've published both of them to the public via
Tiffany, thank you for asking. My dog's itchy butthole is doing better. His daddy solved the problem by letting me know that I'm a dipshit. I was using the wrong thing to wipe the danglers, and my doggy got an itchy butt, and we figured it out. Just warm water, and then we put a itchy butt ointment on it that's made for Hoogans, aka my dog. So thank you for asking. Mikos itchy butthole. Do you guys want to see the baby? Should we do a 4K? You want to see the boyfriend and the baby? Because he just came home. Let's see. Stop screen. Don't show his wink. Squat. You're gonna get us demonetized there. He is. Look how grumpy he is. He's grumpy because of the shit John Ray talks. Do you like him? Is he cute? Isn't he perfect? Yes, Patronus quote. This is from today. I thought you sent it to me. Maybe it was petty. This is from today. Now, let me ask you a question. The document he's about to share, I think he didn't already share, right? Yeah, the document he's about to share is the one that I put on my page, but he doesn't actually show it. He reads from it. And what's interesting is why didn't he read that at the press conference or include it in the press packet? Because he sent a troll my way. And then he misattributed the document to Victoria when the whole purpose of what I posted was, hey, this is not Victoria. Don't look like a dumb asshole and tell people it is. This is an example of a troll. Here's how you know. And then I showed the writing just now so you can see yourself. It's very interesting because the people who he had dived deep into the internet, they can get him these Tumblr pictures to show of other people's Tumblrs. But for some reason, they don't have the one that he's about to read. Interesting. No, she's not. Rose, you rule. That's another thing. He shows DeviantArt at one point, a still from DeviantArt, and calls it Tumblr. And then he literally tells us multiple times he doesn't know what the fuck the internet is or how it works. He mispronounces the names. He calls the artists by, he can't even read their handles right. I don't think he understands what a Tumblr is, a reblog. It's too, he says that she took all her socials down. I showed you her socials and how they're still up. He said she deleted shit. We went to the Wayback Machine. We saw that wasn't so. She just moved her Vimeo. It's still public. He said, look at this art. This is someone eating someone's tits off. And this is a furry butt plug. And it was like an oil painting of Francis Bacon. He said, look at all these signatures and none of them are hers. And one of them is a famous piece from Hannibal. And the other one is from another famous movie. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but it's just crazy. It's satanic panic. It's, oh my God, Judas Priest. Oh my God, Soy is making the frogs gay. It's everything. It's conspiracy. It's satanic panic. It's everything. And it's all coming from a scrunchy wearing lawyer from Long Island, you guys. Fascinating. That's what she said. He's doubled down, Patronus. So he just admitted, no doubt, she's a victim. And he still talks shit. And watch what he's about to say. And raising her in this disgraceful, disgusting situation. The situation where he kills women when the whole family's out of town and cleans it up before they get home. Disgraceful and disgusting, yes, but they didn't know that as far as we know, according to the court paperwork, right? I mean, look, maybe he was abusive. Maybe there is trauma there. But are we going to let this dickhead decide to out it for her? That's not up to him. That's like outing someone as gay, right? I feel like outing someone against their will is the same as like telling their trauma. Like it's fucked up. Like, because part of the reason people don't come out a lot of the time is because it's traumatic, or maybe their families are being dickheads, or they're worried, they have anxiety. That's the same reason a lot of people, at least, in the experience of people that I've talked to, it's a traumatic thing for a lot of people, depending on how they're raised. So don't you think that think about this. What if someone in your school told everybody that your dad, SA'd you? Would that be cool? Because John's basically making shit up and then doing that to the whole world, and then saying she's a victim and then calling her a fucking cannibal. And she was a child. Like, this is really crazy. And he knows this is a troll account and he's about to share it. Look. Do you hear this? Oh, am I not sharing the fucking? I was just watching it. Here we go.
But when you
Right here. Sorry, I thought I was watching it. I have multiple screens, you guys, and I thought you guys were seeing it too. So this is the important part, okay? Here we go. I'm gonna start back a little bit. Pay attention to this part.
And there's those who say, "Oh, you don't know if that's really true. That's her. It could be one of these trolls. It could be a troll." But when you connect the dots, it sure doesn't sound like it's a troll. And here's what she said: "Quote, Dad, rate my art." Unquote.
Did you hear that? He just quoted the exact document that I was sharing with you. Let's just do this. I'm going to just share the whole tab so we don't have to fucking keep doing this, because I do have to go soon. Daddy's got to do things. Let's do this one. Shit, I should just leave the URL in for him. All right, let's do this. Okay, peep this. So this is the shit that he just read to you right here, right? But I want you to keep in mind right here, this is what he just read to you. Where is he? Oh, dang, I need to close some of these tabs. And he just read that and it bleeped some of it out, right? Why do people fall for this bait right under it? Okay, I want to pause it here. So, I mean, this is fucking crazy, right? Like, this is really crazy. And not only that, but this is the only mirrored site. This is the only archive site from that day and that exact time. And it's right here. And he even quoted the day and time. And then he said that knowing that this was definitely a troll. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Sherilyn, thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker. That is going to go to nice treats for my doggy and maybe a fun wig. Maybe a summer wig. Maybe I'll take pictures of him in it and exploit him for you, my SnoopyDupas. He does. He does. Yeah, he didn't say draws. Did he? I need to go back. He said art. I think that they wrote it out for him so he understood it. But I thought it was weird that they beeped it. And I think it's because of the word bullshit. You know what I mean? But this is the only place it exists. So I think he probably changed that himself, which I also think is deceptive. But it's interesting that he did not share it or where it was found, because I don't think he understands what 4chan is. Troll twat mashup, y'all. Who is this? Daisy. Bless you, Daisy. Thank you for the super sticker, the $20. This is going to go to getting him a cute hat. We won't get him a hat. Actually, we'll get him a cute sweater. We'll get him a cute little puppy sweater, and you guys can see that. And we're going to take half of it and send it to the Wayback Machine. What do you mean no sound? Did the sound cut off? What happened? Can you hear me? Oh, no. What happened, everyone? Can you hear me? Oh, no. Bye, Adam. What did he do to her? Can you guys hear me? Give me ones if you can hear me. Give me ones. Yes, Tiff, he did. He said art. He did not say draws. But here's the thing. This doesn't exist anywhere else. This post does not exist anywhere else. He just changed it. He said art. I think I literally think that somebody had to write this out for him or put art, or maybe he just said it wrong. Maybe he doesn't understand what draws is, so he substituted it, but this doesn't exist anywhere else. Exactly like he read it with the exact date and time, so he just changed it. I don't know why. Yeah, she's on Troll Patrol, dude. It's really crazy. You guys are the best. You couldn't hear Vinnie and JR? Why did it do that? Here, let me turn it up more. So you didn't hear what he was saying just now? Should I go back a little? Oh no, that part where it cut out, that's edited. That is how it is. If you go to this page and you watch it, that's what it does. It literally, like, look, I'll show you when they're talking about it. Oh, that's so loud. Where are we at? Nope. Here we go. See? Yep. He said bullshit right there. Yeah. Yep. So see, he says that and it bleeps it out because it's the bullshit part. And she doesn't sign it as list daughter. It's listdaughter.png. And again, this is nowhere else on the internet. He definitely got it here. And if he had it before, why didn't he show it at the press conference? He doubled down with this. It's really tripping me out. I know that you guys can hear me, but the thing with Vinnie and him, like you heard the beginning, right? Okay, we can hear you. Hold on one second. Let me get Puppy Socks. Can still hear you. I'll get you, Puppy. I'll get, what are they called? Kitten mittens? We'll get him some kitten mittens. We could hear you, but it didn't share sound. That's weird. You couldn't hear Vinnie either? Yeah, no, I think it. Interesting. Man, what the fuck, StreamYard? Oh, you know what? Let's try this then. Let's try this, you guys. And we'll be done with this in a second. Let's just make sure. Here he is. Tell me if you could hear this okay.
Victims of the families who see their little baby and their sister dismembered and left to die like that. She is not that kind of a victim. She stands with the man who
One's
did
in the
this
chat if you hear John right now.
as we speak. And here's some of the things that she said on July 14th, 2023, when Rex Human was first arraigned. She's on the computer, and if there's those who say, "Oh, you don't know if that's really true," that's her. It could be one of these trolls. It could be a troll. But
okay, at this point, when he said it could be a troll, that's when he shouldn't have said what the fuck he said right after that. The second he said it could be a troll, that's when you stop reporting, Vinnie. And Vinnie looks like he's like, oh, Jesus, again? Because he knows that this is about to be a big-ass nothing burger. It's really wild, you guys.
When you connect the dots, it sure doesn't sound like it's a troll. And here's what she said. Quote,
it absolutely sounds like it's a troll. It absolutely sounds like it's a troll. Yes, Petty Mason, he knows it's a fucking troll. Are those your words, Trooper Proctor? What are you on your period, Proctor? It's really Vinnie equals Lurch. It's really crazy, this guy. It's really crazy.
quote, Dad.
And this is where it cuts out. You feel me?
My art. Unquote. She's counts the.
So fascinating. Because here's the thing. Not only did he not show the document, he did say art instead of draws. And again, that is nowhere else on the internet. And it only says draws. So he also chose to change it and then say quote right after. That's fascinating. Not only did he double down, but he changed the quote. He took it upon himself. It's just wild. Yeah, that whole Karen retrial is one big townie roast. Vinnie got, you guys. Vinnie got. I mean, I don't have anything else to really show you on that front. I just thought this was so crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I'm flummoxed. My credulity is strained, as they say. But yeah, I had to point that out because it's like, okay, now he's taking it to a whole new level. Now he knows it's a troll. Somebody pulled this from somewhere. I haven't seen anybody else show this yet. And then he misattributed to her. I mean, if you just scroll down, it's a bunch of people going, hey, dipshit, you're lying. That's not, if you're going to troll, so if you're going to pretend to be like, come on. And I just told you, if you go look at that, like you can look at the properties of photos in some of these forums and you can see things. He knows it's a troll. And how come there's no comments telling him it is? Every other video in the last few days are people telling the truth. Because I haven't seen anybody else show that. I'm the only person who showed that. So that's why I'm like, what are the odds an hour after I get into an argument with a dick bean over this shit, all of a sudden it pops up on John Ray and he doesn't show it? I'm not saying I'm big shit. I'm saying like some narc or sneak went and probably sent it to him. Like, aha. Sent him a screenshot. And he was like, oh, this person doesn't know what she's talking about. This is even more condemning. This makes it worse for her. This makes it worse. Like, I mean, again, I haven't seen anybody else show that, right? KT, you told someone. Actually, a lot of you have been out and about spreading the word of the cult coven, and I appreciate you. I really do. But I mean, we can't take on the whole internet, right? It was fucking crazy. There's a lot of wackadoos out there. His troll told him about Scrunchie-gate. He's coming for us. He's coming for the goths. He's coming for the goths and the furries, and he's coming for the juggalos, and he's going to come for the boomers, and he's going to come for all my favorite people in here who tell me stories and send me pictures of your cysts. We must rise up. And when that happens, we must go, oh, you're silly, John Ray. Don't be. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome to the chat. You fucking weirdo. Love you, bud. Get your head out of your ass. And then just be nice to him and then just try to convince him, you're saying a lot of crazy shit, dude. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we need to help John Ray at this point. I feel like someone needs to because this dude is lost. I feel like someone is leading him asunder. Somebody go get control of John Ray. Somebody do some pup play with John Ray and get his ass on a leash because this dog's wild. He's out on the streets. He's biting at everyone. It's crazy. I really think it's Real Housewives of Canton. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen butt plugs with furry dormants at the Amazing Store. I mean, I do stand-up comedy. I've seen so many butt plugs. Never put one in my ass. Never touched one. For some reason, they come to us. I went against the machine on this one. Within an hour, the comments were turned off. They don't want to hear it, dude. They don't want to hear it. Stay away from the gothic twats. Stay away from us. We'll cast a spell on you. I'm learning voodoo. Fucking bugs. Can't. If I could get some voodoo to get rid of the fruit flies, that'd be great. They're back. Laura Wright is laughing her ass off. This is shameless. You talk about the show? Are you Fiona? Who are you? I would probably be the Carl. I'm just kidding. If you watch, you know. Yeah, he hired idiots. He needs to pay better. He needs to up that pay. He needs to get rid of Flowers. He needs to get rid of the guy with the top button. Anybody who that guy's standing back there choking himself, looking mean. Old Post-its. Keep Post-its around because notes are fun. It's fun to take notes. And he needs to take some. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's digging a troll hole. At this point, it's best to not correct him. Just let Vicky collect whatever she can get from suing his ass. The damage is done. May as well let her collect some evidence now. I know he's coming after our people. He's coming after the goths, the witches. Those of us who are really excited about the remake of the new Beetlejuice. Pisses me off. Pisses me off, y'all. Listen, we're not in Canton anymore, people. This is metaphorically, this is his taillight moment. Don't look at the taillight. I'll tell you that it's broken. Okay. I mean, we saw how Vicky wrote in her LinkedIn and you saw that post, right? Tiff, I'm curious, what do you think? Do you think, because I mean, that post is that there are no other 4chan boards that have that post on that date. Why do you think he said art instead of draws? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe somebody can go find it, but I don't think there is, dude. Fascinating. Why would he say art? Maybe because he didn't understand draws. I should have punctuated, stay away from the goths, you twats, says Satan Sandwich. I trust you, Satan Sandwich. I trust you. I love sandwiches. You are the brood witch. Troll hole boy soul. You gotta get you gotta pay the tro toll. You want to get the boy soul. God damn. It's Always Sunny is so fucking funny. My boyfriend met Dennis once and he was very nice to him. Throw in the fucking pen. New Beetlejuice. Look it up. Michael Keaton's in it. The girl who played Wednesday and our girl Winona, Free Winona. Remember that when she did she steal from a Saks? Fifth Avenue? You know what John Ray would say about that? Bitch, eat people. That's what he'd say. I love Beetlejuice too. I love Michael Keaton. He was the best Batman. I will fight you in a parking lot at the waterfall in Canton. Are you rapping, Pat? The Shaming of Jay had a great show on the topic tonight. What topic? Rapping? I want to see those housewives coming up drinking White Claws all day and gossiping meanly. You know they gossip while they jog in the pack. He's making an It's Always Sunny reference. I love it when Frank crawls out of the couch naked. It's so funny. I totally caught it, dude. The dentist system. Everybody, you know what's funny? The dentist system sounds a lot like some shit that was going on in the Karen Reed case. We'll get to that on another date. I have much to say on the dentist system. That oil painting with Francis Bacon, I knew it was bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Get an art education. You could go spend 50 cents at the public library. How about them apples? It's not your fault. I picked the ham because fucking that's why. If you know that movie, you're badass. Coking it up is what he meant. Who? John? I believe it. Michael Keaton Batman is the best. And remember Poison Ivy was at Uma, and then there was Mr. Freeze was the governor, the governator. Pat, your lady. Hello. Remember, it's Pat, and you don't know? That's fun. That was good SNL. I do remember Winona's Troubles. The utter shock and horror. I just got to get back to the Cape so I can get my claw on. Say it 5 times. Satan sandwich, Satan sandwich. Haven't we all had some kind of trouble? Listen, Cyborg Mama, I'm willing to forgive John Ray if he comes with me to Bev's house on the cod. Is it on the cod or in the cod? Yeah, that's what the dentist system is. That is essentially everything going on in Canton. But like with murder instead of sex. When I die, just throw me in the trash, says nope, not today. I mean, we'll try to drag you there, but your girl's not. I mean, I guess I'm strong. We'll see. I'll probably be old. You're going to live a while, I'm sure. Sure of it. We're all going to live a long time because we're going to drink the Kool-Aid. And if you want to know what that is, it's happening at 5K and we're going to have Snockleberry. Okay. I love Uma too. She's on my shoulder. Good morning from Scotland. If you're into wrestling, Drew McIntyre quit last night. I'm sorry, Scotland. I'm sorry for that. Hello, everybody. You're down here in the north of Carolina. So that would be North Carolina or the north of South Carolina. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's so good. What did he say? I work 2 part-time jobs so that my son can become a DJ and discover his bisexuality in college or something. That was the Other Guys. What a great movie. Back to working and lurking, says Rana. Hi, Rana. You remember Zima, Rana? Just out of curiosity. Just want to see how many people remember Zima or Sky Blue. Hey, I love you. I'm thinking about you. Miss you. The Cape isn't even that great. Pain in the ass to get to. Cold beaches with shacks everywhere. Rhode Island wins for the beaches, says Pat. Excellent. I'll remember that. I went to Provincetown once. It was awesome. A lot of free butt plugs and merkins. Zima. All right, guys. I have to go. You gotta creep. You do speak truth. What's up, you guys? Ariel, what the fuck, bitch? You just pop in? You did a Polish hello? Which is when you say hi when everyone's leaving? Damn, dude. I love me some Ariel. This bitch won't get out of my head. She says everything I'm thinking. She's very, very funny. And welcome, Ariel. You're late. Dad's not going to ground you. We hit 4K and it's your fault. Thank you. Pat, you do speak the truth. P-Town is a fun time. I stayed in a haunted house called the Bradford House. It was terrifying. I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in the Justice Network, which is their public access. And I enjoyed that. Waving back, Dream of Hive. Zima was pretty nasty. Yes. I'll tell you a terrible story about a high school experience with Zima that ended up on the E Network. It was bad. Not today, though. Not today. We want to end on a good note. P-Town, Zimas, and Garbage Pail Kids. Can't sleep. I'm back. Adam, we're leaving. Son, we've left you behind. You didn't want to go to the store, and now it's too late. I'm sorry, but you know, you can't come to church this Sunday. We're about to leave. His show is on Carrie Rawson and Cashless and Jairus Pereira. But hey, listen. Carrie Rawson and Catch Lisk. Love them. Great. They don't have to catch these hands. Just JR. Hi, Tiffy. Colts will do that. Listen, if you're gonna be in the cult, Adam, where are the chicken nuggets? Where? You didn't even bring chicken nuggets? The fuck? My lovelies. 4K. We hit 4K. I don't know what that means. Probably more responsibility. We need to dwindle down the cult, everyone. Only the strongest will survive. Adam, are you there, Adam? Roderick Strong, aka C. Smith, is screaming for you, Adam. My dog is snoring. Adam! This is the best cult ever because we have no rules and all the rules. Good night. Nope, not today. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. 4K is a big cult coven. We're coven now. We toggle. We toggle. We toggle when we got Trulies. Oh my God. I just want to learn. I just want to talk Boston all the time. Yes, chicken nuggies for the group. Nuggies for the group, bitch mom. Seriously, I love you guys. I love you so much. You did accidentally join a cult, Pat. I apologize. You're in a cult now. You're indoctrinated. The only way to get out is to tell my dog that you love him and that he's a good boy. We did miss you last night, Adam. How dare you succeed in life without your cult? You're a chicken tendies guy? What are you, a good boy? You're definitely cult fodder. You're made for this shit, Serenity. Get ready to fly. Again, when we do get Kool-Aid, it's going to be Snarkleberry. We want to put a little snark in our life. A little snark in our bark. It does happen. Sometimes you stumble around and you fuck around and you end up in a cult, but it's okay. It's easy to get out of. It's not Sons of Anarchy. It's going to be fine. You just don't come on the YouTube channel if you want out of the cult, I guess. You just go. Ariel, you were here. And now you're gone. Adam, you scared your sister. Okay. This cult does seem nice. You can love the dog and tell him he's a good boy if you're in the cult. But if you want out, you really got to look him in the eye and be like, listen, you're going to make it. You're a good dog. Everyone loves you. You have to get real weepy. He has to believe it. We'll know if he farts. All right. Don't worry. Rewatch is the same. It's just me yelling and bitching and going off on tangents and then losing my train of thought. Just when I thought I was out, you pulled me back in. Daisy, stop sending me money, sweetheart. You're the best. Thank you for the 99-cent super sticker, Daisy. You're the best, and I like you, and I love you, and you're the best. And my dog blesses you. If you get blessed by the Hoogan, that is a very beautiful thing. Everyone who super chatted tonight was blessed by my dog. You will have good tidings. Great things will come for you. For everybody else who didn't listen, he still blesses you. But I mean, it's just going to be an average week. And sometimes we don't need to be overexerted. It's really not up to me. It's up to him. He's the one with the pause. Now listen, I love you guys. Listen, is that Colorado Police Department? No, I'm just kidding. I know exactly what that is. I'm fucking with you. I'll try not to make you laugh. I will say something really sad. Didn't Werner Herzog die today, or was that a long time ago? It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's alive in our hearts. They do hit different, Adam. It's because I'm sober still. Daisy, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, Daisy. Daisy, just gonna invest it in a blossom hat and send it to you so that you can take pictures with a big sunflower and pose like Blossom and send it to the group. And you can be the idol. We need to pick a statue to worship. Should it be a bobblehead of Dwight Schrute? What do you think? Genergy, thank you for the $1.99. I will commit to you a hex from my dog, but a positive hex, the kind of hex where things go really well and you have a great day. You can send poop here. I will go through it and tell you if you have a tapeworm. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Blessed by the Hoogan. Yes, the Hoogan is my dog's nickname. That's when he's in his Zen moment, and it's when he snorks, which is a form of snorting, but it's also heavy breathing, and he sounds like Bev Canoni. This is much more inclusive. Dad is talking with us, not at us. That's because I'm proud of you. I think you kids are doing great. We're going through some issues with your mother right now. I'm not going to lie. She spent too much money at Costco, but we're working through it. Send me an email on the Idaho House. I'm very interested. I always wondered like how universities take over those houses. I should have looked into that when I was doing real estate shit. I love you, Sherilyn. Your daddy loves you. Dwight, you want to worship bobblehead Dwight? We could also worship a garden gnome. Think about it. Let's worship the mushroom. I love mushrooms. Let's dress my dog up like a mushroom. C. Smith votes mushrooms. Kenzie says nothing, mama. Yes. Costco. Man, wouldn't it be so sick to just Adam says, C. Smith. All right, we have to go. We have to go. We have to go, you guys. But I do think it would be sick to go to Costco and get 1,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 scrunchies and then send them to you when we hit 5K. But that's just a fever dream. Just like having a pool full of noodles. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming today, Pat Sanford. Thank you, Cyborg Mama. I love you all. I appreciate you. I have to go. Thank you for helping me reach 4K. Thank you to Melanie and to Duty Ron and Rock Chalk and Jay True Crime and Grizzly. Let's get her that brand deal for makeup. And I love all of you, and you're the best. And thank you so much. I don't know what else to say. You're just great. And I like you guys. I hope you have a good night. And don't piss on the electric fence. Also, let's try. You know what? Let's embrace John Ray. Let's secretly pull him into the cult and let's change him. All right. Love you. Bye.